welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, I am continuing to test for the Pioneer Regional Championship in Washington, D.C. By the time this video is released, I will certainly be already done with that tournament, and you will already know what I've done, and these Pioneer testing leagues will continue to trickle out over the coming weeks. But right now, I'm in the thick of it, and Duskmourn just came out. At the time of this recording, this is the first league I am recording with Duskmourn legal, and a new card has rejuvenated this archetype. This is Sheltered by Ghosts. 1 and a white for an aura. Enchant creature you control. When this enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Sheltered by Ghosts leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature has +1/+0, lifelink, and ward 2. Wow, that's a lot of words. These Bogles style decks have been popular in basically any format they're legal. Back in the COVID lockdown era, when Lurrus was legal in Standard, I won $1,000 in one of the Standard Arena Opens playing Lurrus Bogles when we could do that. And this is a huge upgrade. Ward 2 is pretty significant with the speed at which these decks come out of the gates. That does slow down things a lot. Lifelink makes it really hard to race a creature that is saddled up with a bunch of auras, and just unconditional removal, non-land permanent. That's just whatever. And this isn't non-land permanent that costs 3 or less. It's not anything. This is just that Wandering Emperor, it's gone. That Phoenix is gone. That Thing in the Ice is gone. That Portable Hole on my other threat that I played earlier in the game, that's gone. Just unconditional removal. And with Light Paws, it's tutorable. Light Paws Emperor's Voice is whenever an aura enters, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura with mana value less than or equal to that aura and a different name than each aura you control. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to Light Paws. That means if I play Alpha Authority or All That Glitters, I can tutor Sheltered by Ghosts, and vice versa. And the tutor chain can go sideways or down. It can't go up. So I could do something like play Sheltered by Ghosts, tutor Hammerhand. Now my creature has haste and something can't block it this turn, swing Erase immediately. The first aura you cast can tutor Kaya's Ghost form. That way, if Light Paws is removed in any way, it just comes back. Shardmage's Rescue, another aura, new from Duskmourn, has Flash. When it enters, equipped creature has Hexproof. Just another protection spell attached to another aura. Big aura sub-theme in Duskmourn, and it is paying out this particular Pioneer deck. The goal is to just build a boat and smash your opponent with it, and we're going to try to do that. This list comes from Yeoman5, who is an excellent Magic deck builder. He does these really awesome deck dumps where he builds like 50 new standard decks every time a set comes out, and they're ready for release weekend. Just really smart player, really smart deck builder, and this is his build of this deck. Let's go see if this is something I could see myself doing in DC. I'm on the draw in round 1, kind of all in on a single creature, but I don't think I'm mulligan a hand like this. I do have a creature and the best pants to put on it. Ethereal Armor is just the nuts, always has been. Squirrel Deflector might. Good chance some sort of mirror. I don't have black in my deck, so it'll be a little different. But why are we putting Squirrel in a deck? I guess they could be on something like Greasefang. Okay, Optimistic Scavenger, yet another new Duskmourn card. When an enchantment enters, and when you unlock a room, put a +1 counter on target creature. Now, this could be a 7/7 next turn, if uncontested. Choose a color, another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until end of turn. Thoughtseize. Alright, well, you can have an Ethereal Armor. Now they know they're in a great spot to Fatal Push me. They could also let me go to my turn and commit the Ethereal Armor. Alseid of Life's Bounty. Yeah, that's a lifelink creature. This actually looks a lot like the Lurrus deck I was talking about that I was able to win some money with back in the old arena days. I'm going to get my clock on here. 3/3 coming in. Wish it was a 7/7. But in we go. And I can get Temple Garden in tap tier. At the very least, I can grab Jeggy from the command zone next turn. But I really hope I'm doing more than that. Light Paws, okay. Their engine's online, mine is not. Thoughtseize is really powerful. Thoughtseize is just one of the best cards in Pioneer. And them having access to that and me not having access to that is certainly a gap in our games here. Alright, I got a big first strike creature. Gonna keep attacking. And I am gonna play Skrelv this turn rather than push for Jeggy. Right on time, the old turn 3 Mother of Runes, you love to see it. But I kept a hand that was all in and got Thoughtseized, so I'm not allowed to complain. Let's watch this engine pop. Someone's got to do it, even if it's not me. All that glitters, which means they can tutor any 2 mana or 1 mana aura from their deck. Let's see if my ghosts get sheltered here. Oh yeah, it's over. That's a lot of lifelink. I have nothing going on. Straight to the sideboard. Okay, Portable Hole seems very important to this matchup. Why does my deck look like this? Oh, I do normally have it on pile view. It's just, it looks like this because the deck only has 1 and 2 drops in it. All right, I'm going to make piles that I can try to parse. Basically, cards in the deck are creatures and auras. Those are the things that we have. Portable Hole looks important to bring in here. Hushbringer, creatures entering or dying doesn't cause abilities to trigger, so that does not affect Sheltered by Ghost because it's not a creature. It doesn't affect Light Paws because the creature didn't enter, the aura did. Pick your poison. Each opponent sacrifices an enchantment. That could be good. If they have like a bunch of enchantment, it's going to be bad. But if they have just like, Skrelv's an artifact creature, Light Paws is just a regular creature, Alset of Light's Bounty is an enchantment, I could see getting something with this. I could also see this being a blank. I'll think about it more in a minute. Slip Out the Back is powerful removal protection, but I think this is more going to be about a slugfest than it is about dancing around removal. Not sure I'm going to have room for Pick Your Poison. I want my threats. What are the worst cards? Griff's Boon gives flying. That's important evasion. Sentinel's Eyes gives Vidge, which could swing a race, but there's a lot of lifelink involved. Alpha Authority, enchanted creatures hexproof and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. I don't think they're going to be gang blocking me anyway. Trample looks good. Can't block and haste are good. Ghost Form will protect my creature, but again, I'm not sure if that's what this matchup's really about. I'm staring at this deck and have no idea what the 4th cut is. Do you ever cut a creature? Is Optimistic Scavenger just too soft? I don't know. Let's try it. Okay, this one's got way more juice in the tank. I'm going to keep it and hope my paws don't get Thoughtseized. I think I blew it on sideboarding. I'm already thinking about this Light Paws in terms of how do I make this thing go coast to coast. And the Ghost Form and Alpha Authority are the protection auras I could tutor. I was thinking a lot about cards like Shardmage Rescue. And now that I have one, I don't think I'm going to play out Paws. I'm just going to pass. They didn't Thoughtseize me on 1. This does open up Thoughtseize on 2, but they left mana unspent, which is extremely suspicious. It smells like a removal spell to me. A White Side Pathway and Light Paws get in there. Leave up the Shardmage Rescue. This is the plan I built based on how I sideboarded. I think it's right to do it like this. A 3rd land, Fatal Push. I'm going to try to rescue this Paws. If they have 2 removal spells, it's a 2 for 2. If they have just the 1, they're in trouble. Okay, now I'm in trouble. They did it. Okay, now what do? Draw a creature? Easy. All right, draw this creature and put Audacity on it. If Audacity goes to the graveyard, I draw a card, so investing in this feels fine to me. It will replace itself if it dies, and I'm more worried about creatures than auras right now. They've got the Paws. Yeah, if they just tutor Alpha Authority here off some 2-drop, I am super dead. Maybe that card's way more important than I gave it credit for. All that glitters, shit. Please get sheltered by ghosts. Hell yeah, we did it. Okay, Skrelv will die. I'll draw a card from Audacity. And then I could put Light Paws in a hole and pay for the ward. And I get Skrelv back. Portable Hole. That one. Ward 2. Pay the price. Okay, we're still in it. Their Fatal Push looked really good at instant speed. My Portable Hole doing its thing at sorcery speed. And they have the exact same sequence again. And if their deck's not green, they might not even have Alpha Authority available. That's good news. Okay. In the hole again. Pay the ward again. I get Skrelv back. I don't think I'm going to put armor on it. The removal's been just way too good. Come on now. It's just the best card in the deck. Have all 3 copies of it. Come on. Stop. Take a break. They got Kaya's Ghost Form this time. And just immediately. All right, now they're all in. Can I draw a 3rd portable hull? I know they'll get the Paws back, but at least these auras will all fall off. What a disaster. Sheltered by Ghosts, that does it too. I got good draws here. Optimistic Scavenger, well, we need some optimism here. Ethereal Armor, put that on the Scavenger. All that glitters, put that on the Scavenger. I'm just fully glittering at this point. Skrelv is on protection mode. Okay, we might be able to win a race. Because I have Ethereal Armor and all that glitters, which are the most messed up things. I can give my creature hexproof from removal. Also make it unblockable. I am taking 8 in the air, though. Come on, deck. Big rips. Those are not the big rips I was looking for. Still happy to pile this on. It's not quite a one-shot. That sucks. Like, that 1 damage matters so much, and I actually am just going to lose because of it. Yeah, they just simply go to 1. And attacking with Skrelv doesn't do anything. Even making this unblockable is irrelevant. Yeah, I'll just attack, I guess. I actually want them to block. Yeah, lost by 1 life. The 3rd light pause, too good. Okay, I mean, that is the Aura's experience. You either get stopped or you ram. And my opponent rammed. They were the one who showcased the experience, but we did make a 19-19 on the way out there. Any aura, if this Temple Garden is any aura, artifact, enchantment at all, we win this game. And it's fine. Like, I'm not tilting off. I'm just like breaking down the construction of the match here, and it just fell a tiny bit short. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the play in round 2 versus Doomwake. I am going to keep my hand. The 1 land's not great. The SRAM is great. I'm going to keep this and start on Skrelv. This hand's going to hurt, though. Mana Confluence is my only mana source. Skrelv costs life to activate. A Stomping Ground tapped. Cool. Did not draw the land I was looking for. I'm going to play an Optimistic Scavenger and attack for 1. Yeah, I lost by 1 damage last game. I don't think I'm going to pay 2 life to save my Optimistic Scavenger this turn. Smuggler's Copter. I forgot we can play that card. That's fun. There was a time when we couldn't. Okay. Audacity. Get to work. Just make you large and in charge. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Growing the Chopper immediately. Getting the beasts in. Getting the selection. Discarded a Stomping Ground. So that is just a loot. Not setting up any kind of crazy reanimator or anything. Can I have a land? Of course not. Okay. I could now Audacity again. I could add a second Scavenger. I think I'm just gonna Audacity again. Keep the party train going. It's turn 4 and I've done all this off 1 land. 1 more land. It would actually be dead already, I think. Or already dead on board. Not quite dead on board. Dead to the tricks I have that they don't know about. But the life total would be, I think, might actually be dead already if I just had another land on time. I discarded a backup Fable. Not discarding 2 cards is slightly concerning because that means there's a plan and my opponent is not desperately digging for just any out to this, which is what I needed them to be in the position for. Patchwork Beastie. Can't attack or block unless you have Delirium. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill a card. 1 mana, 3/3. Not currently Delirious. There are 3 card types in the graveyard. It can crew the Chopper. Cool combo. I'm taking 5, and there's still 4 mana available. Still not Delirious. Sage you. Well, that's annoying. And I can't, like, guess what color. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I can put Plains into play, though, and blow out a removal spell with Shard Mage Rescue. That's cool. Sweet trick. The rescue! Ba-ba-ba! Okay, the 1-land victory. Yeah, if that Boseiju was just, like, another Torch the Tower, we lose that game, but specifically Boseiju being the interaction, we got away with it. That was fun. Okay, some Delirium, Smuggler's Copter kind of stuff going on here. And Rest in Peace turns off Delirium. Slip Out the Back is another dodge for a removal spell. Hushbringer, didn't see any of this going on. Portable Hole can kill Goblin Gemins and Smuggler's Copters. Ghost Form goes in the slip pile as just more protection for stuff. I'm not convinced I sideboard in this matchup at all. I can just send the Ruckus and until I find out what this deck's actually doing. And I understand mostly what they're doing. They're moving cards in and out of zones for value. But it seems like a pretty fair deck. The Slip Out the Back is fun, though, because then you get kind of a mono blue shitters play pattern rather than a Bogles play pattern, where even if they have the conditional removal that is required to kill your thing, it might not be good enough. I don't think I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to go just 0 sideboard and see what happens. Okay, I don't have a creature in my hand. I think creatureless hands are just mulligans, unless you're on like a Portable Hole slower game plan in some sort of aggro mirror, but I can't just keep this now. Oh my god. All right, mulligan this. This one is great. Got to send 2 to the bottom. It's probably going to be the Scavenger and all that glitters. Really sucks to lose 2 things here. There are 20 lands in this deck. If I bottom 1 will be on the bottom, so I'm functionally drawing to 18 lands. I don't want to mess around and find out. It's Scavenger and Glitter, I think, are the cards I have to lose here. And they both feel bad. Even on a Multi 6, I think that hand would be pretty exciting. The Bestie. Everyone else does that too. They read this as Bestie, because I certainly do. If you don't, please tell me, so I can stop being weird. They mill a card in the upkeep. Fable and Mirror Breaker straight in the bin. Happy to see it gone, but that is an enchantment for Delirium. The Chappa. Ethereal Armor, okay. White Pathway. The double Light Paws is pretty sick, because they are incentivized to answer this, and especially after being blown out by a Flash Aura last turn. Ooh, the Bestie milled an artifact creature. That's 3 card types across 2 cards. That's good deck building. The Chopper is attacking. And now the question is how greedy they're going to want to be, because getting blown out by a Flash Aura last game was really bad for them. Okay, we're going to untap. There's no free spells in Pioneer. Runway's clear. Ethereal Armor. I get to tutor. Oh wow, just literally scoop to that. I mean, this is the flip side. Game 1, or round 1, we saw just nothing. It was like we got run over and didn't really play. And this game, we did very little and won easily without sideboarding. So, I mean, this is the appeal of auras. Let's go. The BoshNRoll channel is proudly partnered with the Resleevables.
Good. All right, here we go, gang.
In this YouTube series, hosts Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan take us on a set-by-set journey through the good, the bad, and the ugly of Magic's history. Each episode is a focused deep dive into the facts about a set's design and release, the Magic lore expressed through the cards in that set, Tournament Edition gameplay videos featuring products and Pro Tour decks of the era, an award show that shouts out the best and weirdest cards of the set, and a final grade for the set's overall success. Whether you want a history lesson or a nostalgia hit, The Resleevables has it at youtube.com/theresleevables. I am on the play in round number 3. I have a 1-drop into a Light Paws. It's the 1-drop that protects Light Paws also. This is a great start for me. I'm playing against a Kahira, which is probably blue-white control, which my understanding is this is one of the worst matchups, and we'll see if that bears out here. Oh, that probably should have been on the green side. I'm just defaulting to white and realize that this is my blue land. This should be on the green side. That was a little bit of a mistake. But I also have 2 white spells to cast next turn. Maybe it wasn't a mistake. We'll find out together soon. Not attacking with Skrelv. Don't open up March of Swirling Mist or March of Exiling Light or whatever the fuck it's called. March of March. All right, drew a green card immediately. Ethereal Armor. Leading on this one because Shard Mage's Rescue can protect if I need double layers of protection. Dovin's Veto. Tough crowd. Okay. I am still going to Shard Mage's Protection. And I think I get Ethereal Armor just for the beats. That does the most damage. With Skrelv in play, I don't think I need to focus on his Ghost form just yet. Narset. Alright, I wasn't going to draw cards. Activation. No more lies. Okay, can I draw a Mana Confluence? I cannot. I'm not going to cast any spells this game. It's all good. I think I actually am going to take a turn off to kill Narset because her digging for Supreme Verdict is a way for them out of this game. And I just ended up playing a card draw engine. If they go land Supreme Verdict here, we probably just lose. Wow, I drew the Mana Confluence. I know they're holding Mana Leak in their hand. This does cantrip on cast now, so they'll have to decide if they want to counter this one or maybe the next thing. If I didn't have SRAM, I just wouldn't cast this. But I do, and now they have a difficult decision to make. I'm marching my Skrelv in response. I mean, nothing I can do here for the same reasons. Like, it's my turn. Anything they could cast later, they could cast now. I'm not going to play around Sorcerer's Bead White Removal. Okay, that got lost. I'm still drawing a card for SRAM. Oh, that was a good one to get lost. It's also a good one to glitter, though. And I was just given 2 extra artifacts for more beats. I'm now at shields down to any removal spell, but I can reload with Blade Cover Scout. Wandering Emperor. Okay. This lets me get Scout through their counterspell. They're getting good trades here, but I am just like kind of doing my thing. Okay, Scout, get in. I'm going to map onto it first in case I hit an untapped green source. Optimistic Scavenger. I would like that in my graveyard. And I'm going to map again. Seachrome Coast. Razor Verge Thicket. All right. Pass the turn. Shame I couldn't give that. Oh, it comes with hexproof. I was just worried about Alpha Authority for no reason. Cool. Okay, so they can plus on nothing or minus and make a 2/2. That looks right to me. Audacity. This is not counterable right now. And it's counterable, but not by the thing that we know they have. Audacity on this. And it's being spent 3 steps ahead for counter and loot. Okay. That can get me another Glade Cover Scout in play. Or I can grab Gigantha. Gigantha's miles away from No More Lies. Okay. I'm going to play out the Scout. And we're falling behind. They got 5 cards in hand. They have this creature and this creature to block with. If the white deck is attacking you, the white control deck is attacking you, you are behind and in trouble. I'll put Jeggy in hand, just not doing anything else. Memory Deluge in the end step. I'd probably concede this pretty safely, but I'll play it out for the reps. Take my damage. Teferi Hero, holy smokes, we are so dead. Even though my creatures have hexproof, Teferi can tuck the auras that might be on them. Okay, there is a chance here. Scavenger can put an additional power on Glade Cover Scout. I can cast this through No More Lies. Okay, 3/3, let's go. We did it, we're in. I don't think I'm winning a game where I interact with Teferi Hero. They're 4 turns away from death, though. Alright, I actually think I do have to interact with Teferi. If they have a second Wandering Emperor, I lose to that. Or no, they can't double block. Sick, Alpha Authority unbeatable. Cool. Any sweeper, it's over. Hallowed Moonlight. Yeah, they're just cycling that. Little Phoenix tech. Oh, hey. Yep, done. I can see why this matchup's horrible. A Ghost Form and Slip clearly belong in here. Pick Your Poison does remove Temp Lockdown. I don't know how reactive I can afford to be. Skrelv was good for a little while, but becomes a problem eventually. Shelter can remove Planeswalkers, something I shouted out in the deck tech. Griff Spoon doesn't seem important. I don't think Flying and Vigilance are important combat words for me. Having a diverse spread of auras you can go get does matter, though, for Light Paws, because it cares about different names in play. I could cut a Skrelv. That's just a thing that overextends into a sweeper. And it helps a little bit versus removal, but not only for a temporary amount of time. So on the play, I think Skrelving out is better than Scavenger. I think I'll bring in one Pick Your Poison, or on the play, I could just keep all my creatures and not worry about temp lockdown. If they have it, I lose. Or I could use Ghost Form and Slip to solve it. Yeah, I'm just going to keep my creatures in on the play. This is an important part of the metagame. When Yeoman was posting about this deck, he said he was super confident in the red-black aggro matchup, which is a really important one. He was confident in the Phoenix matchup, which is an important one, but blue-white's really bad. And those are just like 3 of the top 4 decks. Light Paws and SRAM, I'll keep. These are things that don't protect themselves, but they are the things that are engines on their own too. Thicket, pass. I think I'm going to lead on SRAM because that demands an answer more than Light Paws does. Because SRAM triggers on cast, which means if I untap, I'm immediately getting value, where Light Paws, the spell has to resolve. All that glitters. Okay. I think I'm going to lead on Paws. If I can get both, I'll take them. If they just counter this, I'll carry on. And I'm going to Audacity the Paws, because SRAM is the one I want to keep in play, but this incentivizes them to kill Paws. Just trying to dance around stuff here. Aether Gust Audacity. Wow. That is a weird and bad piece of interaction. I put that on top so I can retrigger the thing. If they just play Temporary Lockdown this turn, I could play Glade Cover Scout, put Alpha Authority, and the other thing on it, Audacity. Okay, Audacity's back. I'm going to target Paws with it again. Same incentives as last turn. Seacrum Coast, not exciting. There's mana being tapped. They are exiling Paws. Okay. I was fine with that. And then I can put Alpha Authority on SRAM, which means he's sticking around. And I think I'd rather get Seacrum Coast tapped than overextend Glade Cover Scout into a sweeper this turn. Wandering Emperor's live. Scavenger. Glitter. It did just play into Soft Permission, which probably isn't worth doing for 1 extra point of damage. Unpunished. And I have another +2 or +3 with all that glitters and protection spell. Again, none of this helps the sweeper though. Just going to let that damage through. Maybe I should be really bullish about just jamming auras while I have SRAM and they're free. Memory Deluge in the end step. Digging for that sweeper. It's unconsidered all tapped. Okay, they're passing the turn. I'm going to cast the Shard Mage Rescue in the end step and just try to get a little extra here. Okay, that got through. It just feels like they have nothing, which is a weird thing to feel like. If they have Wandering Emperor, a chump block is not better than an exile. Or an exile is not better than a chump block. So I think attacking with both creatures. But then if they just block the Scavenger and go to 3, what's my plan after that? All right, I'm going to attack with both. Just put them all in. They can't exile SRAM with Wandering Emperor. Settle the Wreckage. That fucks me real good. Okay. Didn't play around that. I'm not going to lie. Okay. We've got Glade Cover Scout coming back in. Grab Jeggy. Tap Seacrum Coast. But I drew a lot of extra cards that game. Settle the Wreckage. I talked a lot about whether to attack or not with both creatures, and it turned out I was talking about it for the wrong reasons. I'm going to play Gigantha. I can pay for a soft counter. If they have a hard counter, it's going to be countered anyway. I'm not going to attack into 2/2 blocker out of Wandering Emperor. It's a lot of mana in the end step. Cyclic Shark Typhoon, yeah! Blue-white is totally my style of deck. I just have this habit of registering big grindy control decks when I go to large regional tournaments and then going to time and having a bad time while doing it. I'm trying to talk myself out of it. Okay. Well, guess I'm going to attack. Wandering Emperor can exile Jeggy or eat Glade Cover Scout. Yep. I went for the 2/2, And then they can also exile Jeggy next turn if they're going to use the Emperor for the full spread. They can also just ignore my 5/5 without any abilities. I went for the exile. I think it's over. I think it's safe to say. I mean, Light Paws in hand, I guess if I draw an Aura, Skrelv, Light Paws, I'm good. Yeah, this felt as bad as described. On to the next round. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. We've got a Pokemon battle in round 4. Opponent revealed Jeggy. They're on the play. I'm going to mulligan this no-lander. I will keep this Sumlander and bottom Branch Loft Pathway. If this is a mirror, Boseiju is a nice combat trick. Not a mirror. Okay, it's the Rakdos deck that I was told is a good matchup. Let's see if it's true. Razorverge Thicket. I'm going to lead on Skrelv first. Just having that active versus not active matters a lot. Can't block, though. If I die this turn, I die. And they have Giganta, which means they don't have the Leyline combo in their deck. The new Leyline of Resonance is a thing people are talking about being added to the Rakdos aggro deck to give your deck turn 2 combo potential. But then you have this big clunky card in your deck and you don't get the companion. So it's not like free. Okay. Fatal Push. That's why we started with that one. And Titan Strength. The damage is coming in. This is the #1 deck in Pioneer, by the way, if you're not in tune with the format. Rakdos aggro is kind of the thing. In for 6. Seachrome Coast, Optimistic Scavenger. I'm tapping the blue land because blue is a color that tends to indicate tricks more than green. I don't know if they would play around Spell Pierce, but now it's off the radar. Okay, Haste Prowess. I can make a 3/3. It's not very good. I might die if I don't. I'm going to block Monastery Swiftspear and see where they put their energy here. I'm just under the gun so hard. I'm not sure. Like, I didn't know what the matchup was, so I didn't prioritize lifelink or anything. Not that I'm going to mulligan a functional hand just because it doesn't have a lifelink card in it. Monstrous Rage, that kills me. Yeah, their thing fully just eats mine in combat. I don't need to play this anymore. And the games are certainly fast. I mentioned being concerned about putting too much work in and burning myself out at the RC with a big slow control deck. That will not happen with this. A flying lifelink, creatures entering or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. They do have the Manifold Mouse combo. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to stuff. And the deck has a fling in it, the Callous Sellsword, that is a fling on the adventure side. There's also just a lifelink body I can put stuff on. I think I like that. Definitely like Portable Hole. Sheltered by Ghost is kind of the reason for the season. Don't need flying, don't need vigilance. Vigilance on attack and block is actually kind of reasonable. But I got to find 7 cuts here. I don't think I'm hammer handing. Kaya's Ghost form, not what that's for. Alpha Authority. Size matters a lot here, but we did see Fatal Push. Maybe I just like side grade Scavengers into Hushbringers. Obviously 1 is a different mana cost than 2, but I am saying creature neutral, and I think I kind of have to be the control deck here. I'm going to try it like this. Try to get a big lifelink body going. Okay, I like this start. I'm going to keep it. Skrelv into Paws. It does hurt a bit. Have to shock in this land. Skrelv activation is 2 life. Mana Confluence is my other land. I think that's the cost of doing business if you want the hammer hands and the ghost fires and the blue cards in the sideboard. All that just comes with the territory. Heartfire Hero. This is the combo card. Whenever this becomes target of spell ability for the first time each turn, put a +1 counter on it. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. This is the thing they fling at you and just mush you out of nowhere. Swiftspear. Ancestral Anger. Yep, this gets +1/+0 for each card called Ancestral Anger in your graveyard and your draw card. So this is 5 damage coming in that I can't block effectively. I would love to draw any 2-mana aura. If I can tutor up as Sheltered by Ghosts, I think I basically just win. Branch Loft Pathway. Okay, I can I can board the bus like crazy here. I guess this is where Vigilance was big. I started to board this out and then realized it's actually probably insane. Okay, Vigilance, big deal here. White side pathway, ethereal armor on the Paws. Tutor up the Sentinel's Eyes, Audacity on the Paws. I think I should have tutored Sentinel's Eyes second, or does this matter? Is there a way to tutor things that I want? I'm not sure. Okay, just had to get us Shield Mage's Rescue, but that's fine. Okay, Giant First Strike lifelink, or doesn't lifelink, has everything except lifelink here. I can Skrelv it and I can rescue it. And rescue is out of different things to tutor for. So this is the bus. We're on board. It's not getting better. Inti. Not super worried about that. It does put a counter on something. Does Inti's ability target? Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's another +1 counter. It's 2 +1 counters, actually. And this thing will ding me when it dies. They flipped Slickshot Show Off. That can be cast this turn. I'm going to block, obviously. I am committed to taking 4 from the ping here, and of course any pump spell is also worth that damage. But I have First Strike, so I'm not really worried about combat. Cool. All right. Dicky turds just running each other over like crazy. Running out of Light Paws tutors was kind of annoying, but it also won the game because I just had one of every aura in my deck in play. I think that's good enough. Oh, did I cut Ethereal Armor? That had to be a mistake. What did I mean to cut? I think I was trying to cut Scavengers. How did that end up in the sideboard? That's like the best card in the deck. It must have happened when I was just moving cards around. I don't know. Yeah, Optimistic Scavengers out. Ethereal Armor should have been in the whole time. Okay, lifelink, enchantment, / removal. First time Sheltered by Ghosts could come up in a game, and it's a big matchup for this to be a thing. Kumano goes to Kazakhstan. I take 1. Next turn, their creatures will arrive bigger. Blade Cover Scout, nice one. Don't have to worry about Fatal Push or Torch the Tower or anything. I can just slam the Sheltered by Ghosts and get to work. Heartfire Hero comes in bigger. 2/2. Oh. Hush. Bring the hush. I think I want to just ghost this thing up. This is the big interaction this deck is now built around. Exile Heartfire Hero. And attack for 2 lifelink. I love having ward on my hexproof creature. Feels good, man. It's like having Death Touch on a 9/9. Wasn't that one of the jokes about the alchemy set? Like, I don't know anything about alchemy. I don't play Arena like that. So I'm pretty sure Wilson Refined Grizzly, the alchemy version, has like a bunch of different words it can gain, and it just has ward at baseline, and one of the words it can gain is hexproof, or it has hexproof and gains ward. I don't know. There's some funny thing. I'm ruining the story, as I tend to do. Well, speaking of ruining the story, become unraceable. The bus is officially rolling. I'll get every single life point you've dealt to me this game back, and 3 cards in hand over there. 2/2 in play. I don't really know what the range of this deck's fling combo is, but I'm pretty confident we're out of range of it from this position. If they had a hero in play, maybe there's some stuff they could do to get it to 11 power and then whip it at me. But with just a 2/2, I'm not that worried about it. They would need like an edict effect that makes me sacrifice a creature without targeting, or something that makes it like I can't gain life anymore. I don't even know what it would be. Oh, Feed the Swarm. That was cool. So Feed the Swarm, I lose lifelink. They did lose 2 life. They get their hero back. All right, I mean, that's a card they could have. I'm not convinced how good that was, but it is a card they could have. They play Mana Confluence. Do I think they'd take the double block to clear this shit? And am I worried about it if they do? If they do that, they have Kumano next turn. I draw a card from Audacity. I'm going to attack. Losing First Strike kind of stinks, but if they spend anything removal adjacent here, I'm mostly fine with the deal. They're blocking with Hero, Monstrous Rage. So they'll get a trade and I take 5. Okay. I got to draw a card though. That's what I wanted here. If I could trigger Paws this turn, that's a big deal. I could have played Hushbringer pre-combat and make that less bad, but they have 1 card in hand and I'm at 17 life. What am I worried about here? Right, Hushbringer, Skrelv. I think investing in Skrelv is better than playing out a Paws. I do have to get something going now though. Not much. Like, I'm very close to just popping off again. The next aura I draw is a Sicko. Attacking with just one Kumano. Don't want this Skrelv getting in because they are at 5. I have to take a damage to Fatal Push. Cool. Any aura. Oh, that's a good aura. All right, I think that's game. I can pause here. I can All That Glitter Skrelv and tutor up a Shielded by Ghosts. Ghosts. Get rid of a Kumano. And we got the GGs in the chat. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that felt really good in the games where I did anything. Game 1, we were just on the draw and got run over. Hin wasn't really set up for it. But just the natural construction of this. When I hit with that 7 lifelink, that just felt like it was already over. And then they did a bunch of stuff. They did overcome that creature, but it didn't matter by that point. This matchup feeling good is very important for metagame considerations. Let's go to the final round. I'm on the play in the final round, positive record on the line. So far, we've had a perfect back and forth of never had a chance, they never had a chance, we never had a chance, they never had a chance across the 4 matches. I am going to keep this. It is a 1-lander, but Glade Cover Scout is the 1-drop I trust the most to get it done. And we actually have Shelter in the actual hand. Don't need Light Paws to tutor it or anything, so we'll see what's going on. No companion over there. Is this Phoenix, perhaps? Razor Verge Thicket. Ooh, are they this deck without a companion? Is this Grease Fang? What are we doing? I could just Ethereal Armor and start building the boat. I could Optimistic Scavenger and try to build out. I think I just want to armor, though. Obviously, sucks to miss that land drop. It's the difference between 2 and 5 damage, but we are making progress. Okay. Sweet relief. We're in there. I'm going to play Optimistic Scavenger pre-combat in case I need to Shield Mage's Rescue. Does that even make any sense? It's probably way better to just play Light Paws there. My bad. I'm learning. I'm really bad at aggro decks. Strict Proctor. Permanent enters battlefield, causes ability to trigger. Oh, yikes. All right, well, I'm going to do this while putting a +1 counter on it. Still works. And glad I didn't play Light Paws because it would have done nothing. What are they doing? Is there like a Phyrexian Dreadnought in this format that's worth casting? Oh, they're setting up their own Lotus Field. I see. I see. Nope. I was aware of that interaction. Been a minute since I've seen it. Tough crowd missing the land drop here because for 4 mana, I can delete their Strict Proctor, but I don't have that. I could play Paws. I could just put Lifelink on my creature and get in. All right, I guess I'll do that. 2 abilities are about to be countered, but it is what it is. Can't pay. Can't pay. Attack with my Scout. I can at least gain a bunch of life and have them dead soon. Lotus Field famously is a deck that lets you have another turn after they play Lotus Field, right? What could go wrong? 9 lives. Uh-oh, I think I'm dead. If a sorcerer deal damage to you, prevent that damage and put an Incarnation counter on 9 lives. When there are 9 or more counters on this, exile it. When this leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. And it has hexproof itself. Okay. I will attack again. All I could do is just ram my homies into this. All my homies love ramming. And I don't even gain life because the damage is prevented. I guess I'll add another Scavenger. Like going wide into the 9 lives might be the best thing I could do, though this also feels like I'm just running right into a sweeper of some kind. The Green Charm and the Insta, probably going to tutor a Lotus Field. Yep. They now have gajillions of mana. Blue in the pool. Let the combo begin. They're pouring over the pages. They're doing it again. That's how this works. Generally, the first one finds more. Dark Petition, Conqueso, Emergent Ultimatum. All right, we're good. We're good. Okay, just went over the top with that thing. What do I do against this deck? Pick your poison, deleting 9 lives actually rules. That's just game. I'm in for that. I don't think they're going to have a lot of spot removal. Maybe the Skrelvs can chill. And I just bring in pick your poisons and call it. All right, yeah, let's try it. Also important to note that the proof of concept of keeping a 1-drop on the strength of the cards I had, or a 1-land hand on the strength of the cards I had, that wasn't what punished me, at least not directly. If they didn't have 9 lives, or if the permanent they played was a Strict Proctor, that hand would have rolled out great. It was just like weird that it worked out exactly like that. 1-lander, I have to pick your poison, but I'm not applying enough pressure. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, cool. Keep this one bottom one of the shelters, I guess, or No, it's probably Temple Garden. Yeah, all right. And just keep the auras flowing for the Paws. Another Shelter. Got a lot of those now. I'm going to attack with Scavenger and then play Paws and hope they don't have the Proctor right on time. Tap land, wee-oo. Not a drill. A Blades lets me save a damage. The aura you tutor has to go on to Paws, so I'm going to put the lifelink there as well. And tutor, I think I just get all that glitters and go as big as possible. That triggers this thing again, and suddenly we're in for 8. And then next turn, tutoring Ethereal Armor will be lethal, so they do have to kill me or stabilize now. Well, gotta draw an untap land. If I could get through the Proctor, I win. Ooh, okay. So what is the correct way to do this? I could shelter the... Is trample enough? Let's shock this in, because I can exile the Strict Proctor, or I could tutor with Paws. The Scavenger won't put any counters on anything. So that's +1, +2, that's 9. If I get Audacity, that's 10, 11, 12. And they have to block Paws in combat. I trample over, and Scavenger gets through. Okay, I'm going to play Shelter. Oh wait, I don't think I counted Glitter on the Audacity count. This might be lethal. They're at somewhere between 0 and 2 life. My play is rolled out ahead of me, so we get what we get here. I'm just making the play. I'm going to give this thing trample and then send it. Okay, figuring out which of these is going where. Pay 2 for Strict Proctor. This is the Scavenger. No. This is Light Paws. This is the yes. Wait, what the fuck just happened? What just happened? Huh? Alright, I'm confused. Whenever an aura enters, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal. I should have been able to search here, right? What just happened? Oh, it hasn't resolved yet. I paid for the thing, but it had... Okay, alright. My bad. Wild. Oh, this homie... Nope, this is an ETB trigger. Target creature can't block. Wow, this is wild to navigate. Alright, +2/+0 and trample. I think that's as good as it gets here. This trigger is countered. I'm attacking for 13. They could absorb 3 of it. They are at 1. Nope, they're at 2. Someday I'll be able to do math. They're at 2. And Strict Proctor's gone. They're at 1. Wait, I was right the first time. Jesus Christ. That stack melted my brain. Basic arithmetic, not an option right now. So they gotta combo me out right now. They just grabbed another Lotus Field. If they sack the 2 lands and then have Hidden Strings, they could go off. 9 lives, okay. Can we draw the thing? Nope. Sheltered by Ghost. Oh, this, nope, that is hexproof. God, it's so hard to remember what all these cards do. Sheltered by Ghost. Wish I could get this double strike. I would just get the lives done faster. Okay. Sheltered by Ghost, no target. Pause, let's tutor something. Griffspoon, Ethereal Armor. Do I want this to have hexproof? Probably. That sounds as good as anything else. Hexproof and Ghost Form are the 2. That would be reasonable. 9 lives is gross. And I'll get Jaggy. And there's blue mana in the pool. They're going to start pouring the pages so that I lose. Hidden Strings. They could have done that last turn and didn't. So 9 lives, they might have just... It's probably just better to untap and do it. Straight into Ultimatum. Okay, this matchup felt really bad. Strict Proctor lining up, stabilizing them at 1 is really bad. Yeah, I didn't have Strict Proctor in the main deck lining up so well against my Bogle deck on my bingo card, but yeah, there are a lot of triggers involved in this. And I had to mulligan the hand with Pick Your Poison in it because it just didn't have green mana to cast spells with. And there's Omniscience. 5 cards in hand. Leer, they can refire the graveyard, but it's free from your hand, not from the graveyard. Another 9 lives. I can't imagine this game's winnable. All right, I'm out. Okay, I'm not playing this in DC. I am prepared to announce that now. I did not particularly enjoy this. The games that we won in hilarious fashion. The games that we lost in hilarious fashion. It is really nice to have a good matchup versus Rakdos. That is important for DC. I don't think I'm willing to have a good matchup versus Rakdos at the cost of blue-white being unwinnable. Lotus Field, that was also, if they're on 9 lives, like just attacking 9 times with my boat does not seem like a good way to win a game. This deck is cool. The new stuff, the Sheltered by Ghost, the Scavenger, the Shard Mage's Rescue, all of those came up big multiple times. Not enough to convince me to play Bogles at a tournament I care about, though. Yeoman, thank you for this list. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon. I'll see you next time.